The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I am one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is
F.U. Hunter. What's up, bitches?
Yeah, it's wrapping it up this year, baby.
I know.
We had a good run though. We finally
Yeah.
got some shit. We were waiting a year longer to get.
That's true. Yes.
You
and
know?
got to see it in theaters.
And got to see it in theaters. Yeah. Holy shit! Well, some of them went to HBO Max. But anyway, and with us to celebrate this. What we look forward to this year and what we're really stoked for next year is Katie of Nerdcropolis.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
Back again.
Yeah, happy to be at the end of the year with you guys. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, we talked about this before the episode. I feel like everyone comes away with something they need to watch.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, and
yeah,
that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it.
I love that.
Well, shit, no. There's a couple I learned from you.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Shit.
I
won't be
there's
humble.
been a few episodes where you brought out some shit and we're like, God damn, I haven't seen that.
They didn't fly.
That's right.
Fuck
I
that,
got
man.
you.
You got some, anybody has not checked out Nerdcropolis, Katie, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, Nerdcropolis. Check me out on Instagram. Check out my blog. Occasionally I do podcast episodes as well.
Mm-hmm.
But don't do it like y'all. I'm happy to be back.
Yeah, and there's a wealth of knowledge in the blogs, a really in-depth perspective, so definitely check that out and go that route to find some new horror too. Fuck yeah.
She does a lot of research.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thanks, y'all. Feel the love.
Kind of shows up a little bit.
Yeah, that's why we love every episode that we've done with Katie is fire. Every episode we've done.
Dan, can we just make this whole episode about how great I am? That would be awesome.
I mean, we'll sometimes say the director's name if it's incorrectly, and that's about the full extent of our research into it.
Sometimes I'll do a little research.
She's all like, all right, this is based on a book. You should check this out.
Yeah.
It is actually from a previous film. And like, whoa.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
We knew the director's name.
Holy shit.
All right.
No, but definitely fellow horror fans and fanatics that also go as in depth too is always appreciated.
That's
because
right. We got to stay together.
Exactly, because that, even though their horror has definitely had a huge, I don't want to say, comeback. It's just
resurgence.
Is it a resurgence? I feel like it's everybody that's already been into
maybe?
horror that is now just like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
I can say that Dismemberment was awesome, and people won't look at me funny.
Yeah,
that's where
absolutely.
that's
We
where
love
we're
it.
at. Yeah, I feel like that's where we're at now, which is awesome. But we weren't there for a while, fucking PTA and fucking MPA and shit. Anyway, so all right, so we're gonna start off with what we really loved from 2021. It could be a film that was released in 2021, or it could be something that was just new to us in 2021. And I have a little bit of both. But I think we can all agree on some of the big hitters, and I'm gonna just go with my number one big hitter that I was blue balled for a year, and that was fucking Halloween Kills. Fucking Halloween Kills. God damn it!
I have my list, and I knew not to touch that because you were gonna jump all over that.
Hell yes.
Look, every one of you motherfuckers bitching about this film, you need to stop. I don't get it. What you think was gonna happen is, it's Michael Myers killing. Do you realize the bitch tried to burn him alive? He is not happy.
He ain't happy.
What'd you think he was gonna do?
Yeah.
Just randomly walk by people and not kill them?
Let's just talk this out.
Yeah, seriously.
Kills
Jesus.
in that, and the fact that the body count is high as fuck.
Is there a discrepancy in the body count amount? I've been trying to find a definitive answer. I got 35. Some people say 27-ish. So I don't know, but it's a hell of a lot of kills.
It's hard to really nail it down with the final mob scene. Exactly how many deaths there were, because
how many
you don't know if everyone's dead.
Yeah, how many people did he maim? How many people did he kill?
Exactly, because there's a couple people he literally just stabbed to get out of my fucking way.
Do you put the mental, the guy that jumped to his death as part of the, Michael Myers was responsible for?
So I honestly, and I will say it on this mountain, he's not the reason responsible for it. It is a mob mentality.
Yeah.
And the mob is responsible for that because he did not need to die.
But you think Michael Myers he tacked that on mine. I don't care,
Yeah, but I mean, in reality,
I
the dude
hysteria.
walked up to the fucking hospital and said, "Help me."
Yes.
And you killed him.
I might have shed a tear.
I
actually did.
I did. I was like, what the? This is fucked. What are you doing? Fuck you, Blumhouse. David, bullshit.
It is weird. It is weird how Halloween Kills was made 2 years ago.
Yeah,
and somehow the mob mentality that we've seen in the news in the past year incorporated into this movie that was filmed before that shit happened.
I know.
Somehow got worse.
Yeah.
Too.
That's
yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
But I'm just saying the chant. They're like, evil dies tonight. Like, and I'm thinking, I remember hearing a crowd chanting a thing and attacking a building.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, that's hilarious because if you actually play a drinking game and you drink anytime they say evil dies tonight, like you were getting fucked up.
I don't think you can make it out of the bar.
You're not going to make it out, yeah.
No.
But David Gordon Green, he has to be coming for Jason with that body count though. Like,
dude.
Michael's
never lived up to. Michael's never
But
gotten up to Jason's. It is
close.
like I think Halloween. Well, comparing kills to like say if you want to go to Halloween 2. Halloween 2 had a much higher body count.
Right.
Halloween 1 had 3.
Yeah, not that many at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's how it was back
But
then.
Halloween 6 had a big kill too,
Yep.
with when he just walks in and just kills all the doctors.
Yep.
Like I don't know how many doctors are in there, but there's a
that.
lot of doctors. So yeah, they've been slowly amping up Michael, and this one was, I think, they gave it the perfect backdrop to justify that amount of death.
Yes.
So you could get an entire fire department squad. Like it was almost like a whole
And
department.
Loved it.
sometimes they just deliver themselves to him, like the car full of, when
Oh,
the
right.
car, and then they're
They
like,
came to him.
There he is. Yeah,
Yeah.
they came to him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh shit, I guess I'll just kill all you
Sure,
motherfuckers. You're in the
fine.
car. You brought everybody in a car. Okay.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I have one last thing to say about this movie, and there are probably not a lot of horror fans that also have a crossover fandom with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills like I do. But
Probably
Kyle
Oh.
Richards, who played the little girl in the original Halloween, she came back in this movie. I love that part, and because the fans loved her so much, she's coming back for the
Ends.
last one.
Yep,
So
she's coming back
I
for
love
Ends.
it. Shout out to
Her
Real
scene
Housewives.
was the most intense scene.
Yeah.
Like when she's running from him and
Right.
she's hiding in
Yeah.
behind the tree by the creek. That was, to me, that was the most intense
Yes.
Halloween scene that was so reminiscent of the
him
suspense side of
stalking her.
Halloween.
Yeah.
That was in that film because
Agreed.
and side note, we did drop this on Kills episode, so you definitely go back and listen to that. That came out like a week after the movie released. But one little tidbit from that episode was that was actually the breathing parts where it was just Michael breathing. That was Nick Castle.
Oh, wow. That's cool. I
Yeah,
didn't
that
know
was actually him doing the breathing. So they kept like the shape because the breathing was so big in '78's
Yes.
film.
Yeah.
That the fact that he got to come back and still do just the
Still want to
heavy
find
breathing.
out if he, put
I
the
don't
mask
know.
on.
I don't
and-
know. No, he had a cameo. He
Remember,
did have
we-
a cameo. I don't know if it got cut though during editing. I
we
still
said-
haven't been able to really
I
find
remember
that
we
out.
said the best one would have been that final shot when Lori's daughter's looking
yeah.
out and he pops up. That would have been the
That would have
best.
been the
That
best
would've
shot.
been-
best
Yeah.
time to have a cameo.
I don't know, and they might wait to release until like the Blu-ray or comes out. They might wait to kind of release that because I did get an ad that the Blu-ray has an alternate ending too,
Ooh.
and I did remember reading that they did film an alternate ending. Or after the film came out, and
Right.
all these articles were coming out because everyone's like, "Oh, what's Halloween Ends going to be like?"
Interesting, because that ending was kind of a punch in the gut. So
Oh,
that's
it was
really
rough.
cool to
Yeah,
see
that
what
was
the
hardcore. Yeah,
alternate
that ending
one
was
is.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, the alternate endings will be really rad to see when that comes out. So definitely looking forward to that.
Nice.
Anybody?
Yeah, I was gonna say, look, there's a lot of horror movies. I didn't realize till I started making a list of how many things came out, but the one that made, I think, the biggest impression on me, that was kind of stood out from the crowd, Last Night in Soho.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet, but I
Okay.
can't wait.
So we won't go too heavy
Yeah.
into it.
But let's just say that was one of those that it just stood out.
if you like Giallo
Yes.
and slow
Yes.
slow
Just
burn,
super
artistic
colorful,
horror, very
artsy,
colorful. I
and
mean,
I love
dude,
Anya
if you like
Taylor-Joy.
green, reds, and purples,
Yeah.
like fucking love.
Yeah.
And there's the way they set it up for it in the main character's like living quarters. It's genius, and you'll understand once you see the film.
I mean,
like, the
I'm
way they set it
already
was
a
brilliant.
huge Edgar Wright fan,
Yeah.
but like this was so different than all his other stuff, and I think he knocked it out of the park.
Oh,
it
dude,
was
he
a
killed
tribute
it.
to the Giallo movies, and it was perfect.
It was a tribute while also it was enough of an evolution of it that hopefully we get a resurgence of it because it wasn't like you were just watching an Argento film
Yeah.
or any other of the like hundreds of generic giallos that came out after the Argento and the Fulcis and all those guys. It definitely gave it a modern feel.
I dig that.
Which I really hope some other directors, if they are into that, do take that on and kind of let's bring that back. Let's
Because
get
again,
that back.
I'm looking
Ooh,
at
give me my
the
colors.
list of stuff, and there's a lot of generic stuff that kind of the direction horror has gone. So I appreciate that this got a theatrical release. Didn't do great at the box office, but it still got a theatrical
and
release.
that fucking sucks, man.
Yeah.
Like I really
outside,
hate that.
dude. Conjuring 3. There's a Forever Purge. A lot of movies that beat it gross wise that you're just kind of like, whatever. This stood out, just didn't do as well.
I agree 100%. That the movie stands out. The cast was awesome. you couldn't have picked two better actresses to differentiate the characters that end up. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. Just saying.
Sorry.
No, I know. No. I actually kind of like having to be reserved. Because,
we can't just go and the ending and how it ended.
I like
blah
it.
blah blah.
But as soon as you get a chance to watch it, so
sure.
whenever it comes to streaming or anything, definitely check it out. I think you will love it.
Yeah, we did an episode on that.
Yeah, so go back and check our episode to get our full, in-depth, spoiler-heavy review. Definitely, and
cool. Well, I actually am going to go all the way back to January of 2021. I actually kicked off this year with a Wrong Turn marathon, and I watched every single Wrong Turn.
I remember that. Oh, God.
I did the dirty work for all of you people. I went through every single Wrong Turn movie, and there are some stinkers. That is an understatement. But
like
the Wrong Turn reboot that came out early in this year, I really, really enjoyed. Did either of y'all see it?
Wow.
I literally just said stinkers, and I was like the remake.
I love it. This is why I love horror. Okay, well, I really liked it. I loved that they went. The franchise gets stale after the second one, and it needed a fresh take on it. So I really loved that they didn't go. They could have easily just have said, we can reboot this movie from 20 years ago and just go right to just cannibals in the woods.
I'll agree with you that it goes a different direction.
It goes into a completely different direction. I loved that. There was I just really enjoyed it. I think I liked, we're in Virginia. I liked that it was set in the Appalachian Trail in Virginia. I dug it. And maybe it was because I had just watched 6 really bad Wrong Turn movies, but I really liked
that.
It.
That might have, I'm serious, that might, because I know I've seen up to 5, and I was like, they're so
you've gone in the deep end. They're bad.
They're so bad.
I dug it. Whatever.
I feel weird because, we recorded an episode on
we were not nice to it.
We were not.
Okay.
That's why horror is great.
But we were nice to it to a point because the movie did start off really strong as establishing we are not the same film.
Right.
And when they initially went into the woods, like they really did it. I was in at that point.
Yeah.
When they started with that court thing and all that shit.
The wilderness court was a little weird.
It was weird. I will agree with you.
But you know what?
The ending was cool though.
I was gonna say it kind of redeems itself a little at the end where you have that credit scene where it's just the main chick stabbing a dude
out of dude
for
man.
what?
Awesome.
A portion of the credits?
Yeah, she just stabbed the fuck out of him, dude.
And my best thing with that is that it's in a suburban neighborhood during
Broad
the day.
Daylight.
So
after the RV wrecked.
Yeah.
So there was like a loud noise.
I wish they just had one alternative take in there where it's just some lady looking out her window watching this RV wreck, this guy come out, this chick come out of the RV, and she's just watching as this chick is stabbing the fuck out of a guy for 2 minutes and going, this is weird. Just that that viewpoint, because that was fucking awesome.
It was.
Just kept going on.
Well, and the image, the what could have happened thing that went through her brain where he just murdered her whole fucking family.
Right.
No, the ending I dug. That dude, okay,
and
the boyfriend's a fucking bitch. Where he's like, no, I belong here. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Right,
and
so
honestly,
much...
and the determination by the Dusecki's guy was to
and the tree death.
Yeah,
like I said, leading up to the court thing. There was so much awesomeness.
Yeah,
I didn't expect to get that awesome of practical effects because his crushed skull looked amazing. It was
gnarly.
Right?
It was gnarly. Yeah.
But I can see after watching all those sequels and then watching that,
I will
have
say
a positive outlook on it because they get pretty fucking terrible.
It is the best one past 2. I will say that. I will give it that.
All right,
it is the best one past 2.
We can agree on that.
Yes. And I'm not against rewatching it.
Yeah.
Now that I know what it is, maybe there's something I can see. I'm never against that. Yeah, I'm never against that. So. But that I like
That's
that.
All right.
See,
I love to agree to disagree.
I like
Different
that. Threw us off. I would say that.
I'm going to say another big one from this year that, again, I was going to lead right in, but I wanted everyone to give their at least their first one was that when the Blu-ray came out, it got an alternate ending is fucking Candyman.
Yes. Hell yes.
Really has alternate ending.
There's an alternate ending on the Blu-ray.
Oh, shit.
Oh, we need to do like a 10-minute episode just on that once you watch it. Because
all right.
Yeah, I haven't seen the alternate ending.
I'm not going to say it's better or worse because you guys haven't seen it, so I'm not going to spoil it. But I do appreciate actually kind of the way they went with it. But just because, and again, this isn't saying the alternate ending's good or bad. It's just saying that the way it went, I think, was more unpredictable.
Okay.
I feel like that ending did surprise a lot of people when they went to see the film in theaters.
Right.
And that's where you got the Tony Todd cameo.
Yeah.
I feel like that was just a lot. I'm going to put a spoilers
Speaking
warning
of how
before
Nick
this.
Castle could have come in, like we were talking about Halloween Kills, Tony Todd coming back was really...
That one scene where, that it was so important, though, and that That was brilliant.
Yes.
So I think that there was just a lot more thought went into what we got. I think we could have been completely happy with the other ending.
But is the alternate ending what we wanted? Yes or no? Okay, keep it mysterious.
No, you guys need to watch it.
I need to watch it.
I love
I'm not spoiling that shit.
Of mystery, I dig it.
I'm not spoiling that shit. No, as a horror fan, I would not want someone to spoil that for me, honestly. Because that film is fucking beautiful.
Yeah, yes.
It is a gorgeous film. I mean, just from the intro where everything's reversed, like you're looking through a mirror. It's goddamn
really cool.
brilliant.
Yeah,
you know?
I agree. And so seamlessly blends the first movie to this movie.
Yeah.
The way that they connected those two films was just absolutely brilliant, but didn't stay in that. They didn't stay in 1992. They really freshened it up, made it modern. I loved it.
And again, this is agreeing 100%. This is something that we went into on the review of the film. So definitely go back and check that out because there's way more that episode went long because there was a lot to unpack with that film.
Meaty, yeah.
So it's a very meaty. You're gonna be full. You watch that. So, but the big thing is the reason why it went seamlessly is because one of the biggest characters in both the original and this sequel is Cabrini Green.
Yes,
Cabrini Green is a real place in Chicago.
Right.
It was Section 8 housing, and it got gentrified. The last building got tore down in 2016 or 2017, and then they started putting up expensive high rises, and they brought in Starbucks and all that stuff. So basically, when Nia DaCosta and Jordan Peele went back to Cabrini Green, they literally saw what happened. It was this is writing itself.
Yeah.
They literally were like, this is writing itself.
Yeah.
So that's why it's the fact that in the original film they gave this city, which everyone knows the city is a living, breathing thing, and they utilized a real city for the centerpiece. And I think that's a huge reason why it was
flowed.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And you just see the outlook of Black America at different time periods too, because they even the white dude who was the boyfriend of her brother was like, "Oh, you mean what you guys just did?"
Yeah.
He called them out. He called him out. I'm like, yes, yes, because but you realize they were complaining about it, but they were also part of it.
Yeah.
And there's so much conversation that just with the evolution of how the community's gone. Did
y'all see that in theaters?
Brilliant. Yes.
That was such a fun theater movie because there were times that were so funny. The sound was so good. Like you said, it's a beautiful film. And there's scares. There's genuinely scary parts in that movie. Candyman, the original one fucked me up when I was a kid.
Just opening with kind of that mirror image.
Yeah.
Where you're watching and you're like, wait, there's something wrong with the movie because everything's backwards.
Yeah.
And then
my friends and I were like, what's going on? Yeah.
But then you go, oh, that's on purpose.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that part of at least for me, the scares were because of the soundtrack.
Yeah, for sure.
There were certain parts where the soundtrack really jumps out in the theater, and the bass will just hit you in the fucking ass, and you're like, oh, and I mean, that one hallway scene where he sees the current Candyman, because then we, throughout the film we see there's been
Is that Sad Candyman?
It's Sad Candyman. It's Sad Candyman.
Yeah.
But when he turns in that chick's hallway, there was a big musical burst.
Bam.
And it was it definitely, it's kind of like what The Shining does.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And that's such a cool scene. Yeah.
So.
All right, next one I'm going to bring up, it's kind of the Reese Cup of my podcast because I got my Beautiful Disasters into my Mouse of Madness with Willy's Wonderland.
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's such a B movie, but it's so much fun.
It's so good.
Fun.
God damn it.
So good.
Replacing the oil from the mechanisms as blood. Having Nick Cage,
MPAA can't be angry.
But Nick Cage, who normally just says the most outlandish shit in movies, not say a fucking word. The kills, I had so much fun watching that movie.
And it annoyed me so much when people were like, "Well, what's his backstory?" I don't even get it. Who the fuck cares? Exactly. That's the
thing. The movie goes, you don't need any of that.
Nope.
No.
It's quiet Nick Cage killing people or killing animatronics. Playing his pinball, working on a schedule,
drinking his drink, whatever it was,
and that's all you need to know. Don't overthink it. And I didn't realize till I went to Monster Mania that the backstory of the serial killer that was working there, it was the main dude in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
No
way.
Yeah. Because I was at his table and he has all the photos, and then there's the one of that dude from Willy's Wonderland. I was like, oh shit, that was that dude. I was like, that makes it a little cooler.
Wow,
it does. It totally
awesome.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was bonkers in the best way.
I love that movie so much. I had to be on that BD for that because it was Nick Nick Cage in a horror movie? Yes. Please. Please. He's fucking with possessed animatronics. I've got to. It's just like, feed my veins.
Yeah.
Feed them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love when people just think of crazy shit like that and then they actually go and make it.
Obviously,
dude, that's like Nicolas Cage's thing. He realizes. He's like, no, I want this. And awesome. Like, I love that there's somebody that would just take on that shit and make it just amazing.
Yes.
And obviously it was a take on Five Nights at Freddy, but the fact that they didn't have to stick to whatever, property was inspired by it, they can just do whatever the fuck they want. So
he didn't murder him nice either.
No.
He was ripping out spines, or it was fucking.
It was
God,
dude. The fucking bathroom scene with dude. Awesome.
Oh, it's so with the gorilla. That was the gorilla.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I never thought I'd say check out the scene where Nick Cage is curb stomping a gorilla on a urinal. I didn't think that would fucking happen, and it fucking happened. All right.
But then he just was pissed because he just he was done cleaning the bathroom. He had to clean it all again.
Yeah.
Set the watch.
Stop for his break. Play his pinball.
Yes.
Man, so much fun.
Oh my God, amazing. Well, I think it's obvious that I have to piggyback off of Willy's Wonderland and talk about Psycho Goreman. They just go hand in hand.
Yeah, that's
seriously,
that's a good one.
Yeah.
And I was late to the game on that because you guys had already watched it and recorded it.
Yeah.
Before I watched it, but when I watched it, I was like, I'm laughing so much, I'm like crying at this film.
Yes, same. Yeah, that was one of those movies that was really like word of mouth. Like once someone saw it, was like, oh my God, you got to go check out Psycho Goreman. I kept seeing that over and over and over again. Finally watched it and was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I remember our friend Murphy, one of their friends had set up a screening of it at the Bird.
Nice.
And I missed it.
Oh, that would have been so fun.
They kept telling me over and over again, please watch this movie. So finally I got a copy of it and was so pleased. Yes. I was just like, I see what everybody's talking about.
So much fun. Practical effects, amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you can't
beat that.
Can't beat that.
Just the dialogue is so... It plays out like a 90s, like, Power Rangers meets... Like, it's just so outlandish. And the kills are fucking great.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I fucking love that movie. So, I mean, those are like our top, like, 2 that we dropped. Like, I kind of want to... think we could just kind of go round robin and like just list some of the other ones that we have, because obviously I'm sure we all brought a lot. So I'm gonna say the other one that I really dug that we actually did an episode on was the Mortuary Collection. Thank you.
That was great.
Thank you, Hunter. That was all F.U. Hunter.
Really good.
So it was just a fun anthology.
Super.
And I love almost anything Clancy Brown's in. I really do. He's
just
like I'm watching a show now on Showtime. It's called Billions. It's on Showtime, but I think it's done. And it's on Prime. And he shows up and he plays the Attorney General. And he is just like straight from Texas, shoot him, hurt him, fucking like, dude. Like I haven't seen this Clancy Brown before, and it's amazing to see him in this role. I fucking love him as an actor.
Loved him since Shawshank. Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Shawshank. Yeah. I first saw him in Pittsburgh 2 when I was a kid. It's the first thing I ever saw him in. 3 big ones that I saw this year, and I was late to the game on both of these, especially from both of you, was Autopsy of Jane Doe. I finally watched that.
Yeah.
I fucking
scared the shit out of me.
Dude.
It really did.
Dude.
Yeah. It's so atmospheric.
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I was really creeped out by that movie.
No, I'm serious. Like, it freaked me the fuck out. That film was very scary.
In kind of one setting. It's all about the acting.
It's the way that the things that happen pop up, and
the fucking bells,
the visuals when they look down a hallway and then they see, and then fuck,
it fucks with you.
And Girl on the Third Floor.
All right,
I hadn't seen that yet.
So I know he was pushing that.
Yeah,
because they thought that a wrestler is one of the main characters in that. They thought he'd be a good. Bruce Campbell
literally
Ash.
said, "Who would you pick to somebody reprise Ash?" And he pretty much said, I can't remember the actor.
I can't remember his fucking name. I know he's a wrestler.
The person that was in the Girl on the Third Floor, he said,
and when I saw
the closest I've seen to someone that I felt confident could.
I mean, down to the haircut.
Nice.
Down to the haircut.
Yeah.
Like he facial expressions, very expressive, which you need emoting if you're talking about being Ash, right? Because the biggest part of Evil Dead 2 is just him being fucked with by demons, and it's all in his face, and is like, like I mean, it really is. And then the other one, and this is a television series, but it needs mention for horror, is fucking Midnight Mass.
Yeah,
that
Midnight Mass fucked me up.
Show was so fucking scary, but also so gut-wrenchingly sad.
Yeah, yeah.
And like,
I need to finish watching that.
Yes, you do.
I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I literally had a panic attack during like one of the last.
It's that
episodes,
hardcore.
It was. It's really, really suspenseful and went.
I haven't been that blown away.
Gut-wrenching. Yeah.
I mean, the Haunting of I love the Haunting of Hill House, but again, same writer, director, and Flanagan. But this, as far as on a horror element, kind of trumps all the little ghost scares in the background of Haunting Hill House. And I love Haunting Hill House.
Really?
Dude, this shit.
It's the people are.
Yeah, the human element on this is so scary.
Yeah.
Oh, like every time I scroll down through Netflix and it still pops up, because it's like rewatch and like I click it and the trailer starts and there's a song that plays during the trailer.
Yeah.
And that fucks me up.
Yeah.
Like just because all the actors, especially who plays Father, I forget his
I can't
name.
remember his name either, but he was stellar.
Dude. Yeah. I mean, every actor. Oh, and Mike Flanagan's wife.
Yep.
She was in it.
Yeah.
Katie Seagal.
Seagal, yeah. Steven Seagal. Sorry.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, no, but
that's the
real,
easy
though.
way to remember it.
But no, it's like they just do such a good job in the way the story unfolds. It going back to the whole group psychosis and this brainwashing and
right, like the mob mentality.
And they never say the word vampire at all once.
No.
In the whole film.
No. Yeah.
Like it blows my mind still. It just never say it. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that movie. Show fucked me up.
Yeah.
And props to Mike Flanagan because he's trying to push Netflix to create physical media for his properties, which would be great if we could own Midnight Mass.
Yes, I would buy that. That would go on my shelf.
Pans out. Yeah.
Because if there's a day where I just don't want to pay for Netflix, I want to own that. That's one of the things. Like I want to own Stranger Things. I want to own Midnight Mass.
Definitely.
So Midnight Mass, and we did this on the GUI. Actually, there's a huge blog that he wrote about this, and if you haven't read it, I can send it to you, where he talks about like he was in the Catholic Church when he was younger, and a lot of this is very
that makes so much sense.
Reminiscent.
Always write about what you're scared about, right?
Yeah. And he brought this to Netflix prior to Haunting of Hill House, and they killed it. They were like, no. But it shows up in his movies, like in Gerald's Game. I think it's one of the books on the shelf.
Oh, love it! Awesome.
And it says Midnight Mass, and like it shows up in Hush. And it shows up in all these other places.
Shit.
Yeah.
Huh. God,
and then he did Haunting of Hill House, and then he got back for season 2, and then he went back and was like, and he pitched it again. They're like, okay.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. So, but no, it shows up. It's in like a lot of his films leading up to its actual release.
Nice.
So
cool. I didn't know that.
But there's a huge blog about just the how he felt being raised in the Catholic Church. Like it's a really good read. Really good read.
Right on.
And then it makes it even more kind of horrific because like this is what he got from it, guys. You not see the problem here? This is what he took from it. All right, those are my 3.
One I want to throw out that we covered earlier this year, but I think it was on Shudder, was Vicious Fun.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was
really
really
like
fun.
that. And another one
retro.
that came out, I guess, a couple years ago, but we covered it this year. I discovered this year was Bloodfest.
Love Bloodfest.
That was one of those.
Bloodfest is on my list. It was a really fun fucking film, dude.
So much fun.
It says, here are all the tropes. Let's have some fun.
Yeah.
And it's one of those movies, sometimes you watch movies and you go, no, I wouldn't be anywhere near that situation. That's one of those movies, Low Down Me would be in that situation because what they set up of this like 3-day horror festival.
Outside?
Yeah. Low Down Me would be, somebody's like, no, I wouldn't be that fucking stupid. No, we would be that fucking stupid. We would be in that situation.
It's the same thing with Haunt. We said like, no, this is totally us. We would totally like,
go to the most extreme.
You take our cell phones?
Yeah.
We're in.
Dude, it's a cell phone. It takes a cell phone type horror. Oh, we'll fucking be there.
Yeah.
So like Haunt. We watched last year. This movie is one of those. I go, it's really good, and again, I can see us being there. This happening to us because 3-day horror festival sounds pretty fucking badass.
I really want a I Survived Bloodfest T-shirt.
Yeah,
how they have that in
there.
Yeah.
I will throw.
Dude, why has that not been released by anybody?
Yeah.
I'll throw a movie out that I forgot about that I'd seen years ago when we covered for the podcast this year. That I realized I forgot how much I fucking love this movie, and that was the Piranha remake.
I love that.
You were really stoked about that.
I'm just saying I hadn't seen that in years, and I was like,
it's
all right, I've got to watch it for, we did a killer filler on the OG and that one, and I forgot how many insane fucking kills happen and how much you cheer for the fucking piranhas because it's all spring break douchebags, and you're like,
Yeah.
and they just show you being douchebags. You're like,
Yeah,
man,
no,
I can't wait till you get
goes
killed.
down, you're like, well done.
And just sees
Well
like
done.
literally
golf clap. Well done.
the bitchy ass chick gets her hair cut, and they turn on the motor, and just she gets scalped.
So satisfying.
And I was like, the kills were fucking awesome. So I just
3D was
I
awesome.
forgot about that. So I know that came out years ago, but man, I forgot how much I love that movie.
If you're really brave, go watch the Double D.
Oh, we
sequel.
thought about it.
No,
we feel like
I
that's
think we're
more
gonna do
BD
it,
territory.
Yes,
We felt that was more, but I would like to be on that BD episode though. If we do that, I want to be on that.
Well, you
'cause that
know
looks
what's funny is
fucking
who
ridiculous.
directed Double D
Yeah,
was the guy that directed Feast.
that's
Oh,
right.
I didn't
Yep.
know
Yeah.
that. That's funny.
Well, the gore's gonna be good because Feast was gory as shit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. That's
I have a couple foreign horrors that I really enjoyed this year. One is out. I'm not sure if I think it did not come out in 2021, but recently, it's out of Hong Kong and it's called Dream Home. And what I appreciate about it is it's a female-led serial killer, which is always badass.
ooh.
And it talks about this.
Females are more vicious. Fuck.
She
yeah.
is. She
Dude.
is savage.
Yeah.
So it's great. But it touches on this whole narrative that's so modern and so relevant that no one can afford a fucking house. So it's this
No
woman
shit.
who has this just idealistic, obsessive dream to own this condo that's like overlooking the bay. It's beautiful. So she comes up with this scheme that she can lower the property values if she just starts knocking off all the neighbors. So,
Oh,
and I'm not
Holy
spoiling
shit.
it. Like that's set up
All
from
right.
the very beginning.
I love it. That's
And
awesome.
you just get to see her kind of go through that rampage and try to like establish herself as this like person who is like worthy of owning this and like has it's great.
So it sounds like it has a social commentary of
Yes.
like Parasite.
Yes.
But-
yes. But
yeah.
But the
No.
mentality of American Psycho.
But no,
I like that.
Dude, I love that. Like, you seriously, you like, what lowers the property values? Some people got murdered
people
here.
got murdered. Exactly.
I
I love it.
love
Again,
it.
Yeah.
it sounds like American Psycho meets Parasite, where it's just
Exactly.
like
so
That's a
good.
that makes
perfect
you
way to describe
think,
it.
but it's also
Perfect
got
way
some
to
kills in
describe
it.
it.
All
So
right.
definitely check that out. It was on Shudder. I'm not sure if it's still streaming there, but check it
I
out.
fucking hope so. Definitely
Yeah,
when it works.
it's cool.
Yeah.
And it's got this cool Hong Kong vibe. It's really neat.
See, you just did it. You just did it. That's what I'm talking about. You're like, I don't know if I'm going to introduce anything. And right now we're like, you know what I'm doing tonight?
Yeah, you know what?
Hello, Shudder, the movie that was recommended to me.
Dreamhouse. Yeah, let's go Dreamhouse. I like
So
action.
the other one was a Netflix release. It's out of Europe. I can't remember what country, but it was a classic horror story. Did you guys see that one?
No, okay, it's on my list. I have not watched it yet. No, the
Very
trailer
weird.
really intrigued me.
Really, really weird. You're just kind of watching. It's you're following these kids who are kind of carpooling together, trying to get to a different country. So they like have a ride share, and then they crash into a tree. This all happens within, again, not spoiling anything. And then they wake up and they're in this completely different place. And they're like, how did we get here? Where are we? There's this like weird cabin. Like shit happens at certain times of the day, on the hour, every hour. Things get really, really strange, and then it twists, and then it's just you're like, what? So it's one of those movies where you think you know where it's going, and then it goes in a completely different direction. Keeps you on your toes.
I like it.
I thought it was weird enough that even if you think it's bad, you're at least like, well, that was fucking weird. So it's worth it just
That was fucking
Yeah,
weird.
Exactly. So if you're into that kind of horror, where you're kind of like, what the fuck did I just watch? Then check that one out.
Fuck yeah.
For sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And you just reminded me because you dropped the Netflix thing, and we thought about trying to find a way to work it out to do episodes on these, but we weren't able to, and I really did enjoy them through and through. Was the Fear Street
I
movies.
forgot about that.
They
The Fear
were
Street
great.
trilogy
They were
was fun.
Yeah.
They were really fun. Yeah.
I can't be. They weren't. It wasn't like when I read Fear Street as a teenager. Like these are teen stories. Like no, they were fucking gory.
They were dark.
And
Yeah.
the thing I appreciate is that first when you watch, you kind of go, okay, it's following the beats. You're like, there's certain characters to be safe, and they go, no.
No,
No,
not
it's that part where they go,
all
all right, we know what we have to do. We're going to do this. They go, so everybody should be safe as long as we, follow through with the plan. And they go, no, nobody's fucking
Nobody's
safe.
fucking
And I
safe.
appreciate that because there's a really good fucking kill in that movie.
Yes.
And it's from the character that you were just assured she's going
They're
to
gonna be
fucking
fine.
survive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
think that they were all out before I watched it. And so stuff had come out, and I read some spoiler-free stuff, and they were like, well, the story, each one gets worse and worse. And I'm like, dude, I mean, I don't know if you're a real horror fan because, like, going from the 90s one, which was awesome because a lot of people don't touch on the 90s for horror, which is really cool to see that.
Yep.
And the fact that it wraps back up there. But, like, the middle going back to summer
70s,
camp,
yeah.
like, fuck yeah.
That was awesome.
And then going
that was
back.
my favorite installment.
And
Yeah.
one of my personally for me, the most horrific times in American history is when we first started. And we got the Puritans. Okay, that's some scary shit.
Yes.
There was a
For
fucked
multiple
up
reasons.
mentality. Yeah, just multiple reasons. And when they touched on that, all those reasons were there. You know, and I thought they did a really good job.
And it's so cool that there was a 3-movie deal that came out of that they all got released within pretty quickly, one after the other. That's just cool that
it was
happened.
Every 2 weeks or something like that they dropped. And
I loved it. They made an event out of it. It got a lot of chatter. I loved it.
Yeah. So I do want to mention that as on the back end of things I really enjoyed, because I did not expect to enjoy it that much, because I was thinking it was going to be more like the books, and the books are violent, but you know, as a 10, 11-year-old, I was like, fuck yeah, this shit's awesome, you know. I graduated from Goosebumps.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
And then the films were way more hardcore than the books were. Way more hardcore than the books were. All right. So, I guess we can wrap up what our favorite of 2021. It's just so nice
we
to
did
say.
it.
Can we throw out a couple sequels that didn't disappoint? Because there was a lot of sequels that did. I'll just throw out Don't Breathe 2. And Quiet Place 2, both
were good.
Yeah,
both followed the same beats as the first
one.
They added
so much.
But there's some other movies I won't mention that definitely.
Yeah,
I hated it.
Yeah,
and I don't say I hate a lot of horror.
But that's what I'm saying. There were some sequels or reboots that fucking fell flat, but those two I thought kind of just didn't fuck with the formula. They said, okay, we'll add a few things here or there, but kept with what made the first ones work.
Yeah. I 100% agree with those two. Yeah. Yes, 100%. Going into 2022, I know I've got 10 months to wait for it, but my number one is Halloween Ends. I'm fucking
go back to where we started,
dude. I know, but everyone who listens to Madness or anybody who fucking knows me or anybody see my fucking house. I'm a huge Halloween fan.
Yeah. I'm happy for you.
Yeah. We're getting really good fucking sequels. This series has had a really good sequel since 4. Yeah. Well, H2O was solid. I'll give H2O. H2O was a good sequel. I'll give H2O.
There was a lot of emotions going around when things got shut down and things happened. But I think one of the biggest devastating things to happen to Lowdown was the news that the Halloween Kills have been pushed back another year.
Yes, it was. Yes.
There was a lot of things, but that was one of the things where maybe they'll just do it on streaming or something. No, we're going to hold off a year. That was bad.
When the pandemic got real dark.
I might have had to go in the bathroom and cry a little bit. I don't know. I'm just saying. It kind of hurt me a little bit. I'm just fuck you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Stoked for that one.
And he's taking giant strides with this film. We go back and you can listen to our Halloween Kills episode for a little more in detail stuff. But in interviews right after Halloween Kills came out, David Gordon Green said there's going to be a 4-year fucking time jump. People thought it was going to take up right after that final scene we get of Michael after he kills
I did not realize
Karen.
That.
Yeah.
There's going to be a 4-year time jump.
Which makes sense, again, because, Laurie's pretty fucked up. Let's get her a little time to heal up,
Not even that, dude. It's like 5 in the morning. The sun's coming up. What the fuck are you going to do? You can't have, more Halloween night. Yeah. You know? What the fuck?
But a portion of the reboot, he kills during the day. You don't give a fuck.
But he does that to get to the night.
I know.
And then the night's when all the fun happens.
Well, yeah, but you could kill some old people
at night.
He could kill some old people at McDonald's at 6 in the morning. I'm fine with that.
I think you mean Hardee's. Do they have Hardee's in Haddonfield, Illinois?
But they definitely have McDonald's. I'm just saying, all these old people are lined up at McDonald's. I want my coffee, and here comes Michael Myers to slash it away at them.
Dude, I love that.
Come on.
But no, I just mean the idea that they went from 2018 with Kills was in the same night, Halloween 2, which I totally get that, and it did a fucking amazing job. But to do a part 3 where it was in the same night, when I first read this, I was like, no fucking way. But then I'm like, you know what? That makes more sense. If we came back on the back end of that massacre of the mob,
plus give Laurie that time.
She's been stabbed in the gut. Bitch been stabbed in the gut.
Well, but look at the time it took from her attack to prepare for him initially. Now, this isn't just preparing for him. This is going after him.
Yeah.
Because now this time it's personal.
What was your brilliant idea of how they would start that? Yeah, he had a great idea.
And I would be shocked if this happened. So, what's his main home base? The thing that brings where he goes to is that house.
His house, yeah.
So, what's Laurie going to do? She's going to get prepared, and she's going to burn that fucker down.
Love
say, come to me, motherfucker.
Yeah. What else is going to bring him out of hibernation?
Yeah.
Because now we're looking at, and I hate to say this because fuck that shit, but we're looking at Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 scenario where he's in the fucking woods. What the fuck's he?
I don't want to hope.
Living?
Yeah.
Where's he living, dude? What else is he doing?
Where are you going,
He's like, hey, bro, you mind if I stay in your basement? What the fuck is he doing?
That's a really good question.
We're in Rob Zombie 2 territory here. Rob Zombie Halloween, and I fucking hate that movie a lot.
Yeah, please don't give us hobo Michael Myers again.
How about just don't give us any fucking white horses? The fuck?
Yeah.
Stupid. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think we'll go that territory. I would hope not.
I'll tell you a film I'm not looking forward to in 2022, if it's coming out then, is fucking The Munsters. Sorry. Fuck Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
I unapologetically, like, he has trashed a lot of things. But that's my number one. Looking forward to next year. But we got a lot to. We actually got.
I got to debate it on which one I would say first. But
I think I know what it's going to be.
But it's a little movie I discovered a couple years ago that is a must every Halloween.
Yeah.
Finally gonna have a sequel.
I knew it.
Finally, goddamn Terrifier 2.
Equally excited.
Cannot wait.
Oh, it's on my list, but I was like, I'm gonna let Hunter go. I'm gonna let Hunter go for that.
The first one is one of those movies I like to gather people that haven't seen it before, sit down, and then
just
wait,
destroy their world
and wait for the rusty chain, the saw hacksaw scene,
right through the cube.
And I don't even watch a scene at that point anymore. I just stare at. I want to see their reaction to it. The first one was so much fun, and I cannot wait
to watch it the second time. She won't watch it again. If we're scrolling through my because I own a digital version as well. That came, so I just downloaded it, and she's like, "Oh no, keep going." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, and she will watch a lot of horror stuff with me, but like art fucking non-negotiable. Because, and I'm like, I get it. Not only does he do that, but then he like just does some Ed Gein shit and cuts some tits off.
I love it. I love him.
Fuck.
I love him so much. He's such a maniac because he goes there in every sense of the word.
And you already watching that first one, you already knew like he seemed a little fucked up. But after you watch it and then you rewatch it and you see the scene in the diner when she's coming up and she's fucking with him with a selfie, and you're like, what is fucking wrong with you?
And you might not catch this, folks, if you haven't watched it yet. And when you watch it the first time, is like he got kicked out of that restaurant because he like shit all over the place because of that one dude. Yeah,
that's right.
So everything after that, when you see him fucking with people and he touches them, there is shit all over his gloves.
Yeah.
Stew on that. That might be the least of their problems if they're that close to him.
Dude, I'm just saying that matters, dude.
So you're saying as they're literally going to die some way, they're going, and I'm covered in shit.
Yeah,
that is.
I mean, that's pretty fucked up, dude.
That is the ultimate fuck you. Is I'm gonna murder the fuck out of you, and before I do it, I'm covering your poo. Yeah,
exactly. That's pretty fucked up, dude. Like, but yeah, I knew that was gonna be your number one.
I'm so psyched.
We've been talking about, and he was talking about doing a road show with Damien Leone.
Yeah,
and fuck, who plays Art?
The guy who plays Art.
I forget his fucking name. Damn it.
I can see his face.
He's coming to Man Monster too. Both of them are coming to Man Monster.
Awesome.
So I would love to get a photo op and an interview with those fuckers, dude.
Oh yeah.
But he's trying to do a road show where as the movie releases, he shows it at a theater and then can sell the copies and Q&As and all that stuff. And I'm like, yes. Same thing with the dude doing the barn part 2.
Oh, hell yeah. Which you turned me on to that movie. That's a great one. Go check that out too. But I'm just so happy that Terrifier 2 is finally being made. It's such a cool story. They did the Indiegogo campaign where he raised like $250,000 to make this happen because the fans loved that movie, including me. I will watch it over and over. Love that shit. Cannot wait. That was what I was going to bring up too.
Yeah.
But I'll bring up a different one.
Yeah.
I am one of my all-time favorite horror franchises is Chainsaw. So I'm really excited for the new
Texas
Chainsaw.
That's also that's my number 3.
Yeah. And you talked about Don't Breathe or Don't Breathe 2 and God, I'm going to butcher his name, but is it Fede Alvarez?
Fede Alvarez producing.
He's producing it.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. I love that franchise because it can kind of go into whatever it wants to be. I mean, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 is just out of this world bonkers. So
honestly,
it can be whatever it wants.
Look, he touched on a he did
touched
a remake.
A vein for him.
Well, I'm saying he did a remake of something that you have to do it right, because if you fucked it up in any way, I'm going to pick it apart. And I mean, I really, really like his Evil Dead remake.
You said between that and Dawn of the Dead, those are like the 2 perfect remakes.
Yeah,
in my book.
So,
those are like the perfect remakes.
This Chainsaw remake, it's kind of in trusted hands.
But he's only producing.
I understand.
So the funding, hopefully he was like, hey, I know you're a new director, but like, can you take a little notes?
Yeah, but that's coming out early, I think February on Netflix.
Said February.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that.
Look forward to and I'm with you. You can ask Hunter. I was looking. I've been reading, constantly looking up since like early summer. Like it's supposed to come out 2021. Yep. And I was like, so same thing with Terrifier 2. I was like, I was always texting updates like, all right, well they say it's got pushed back. Look for it in October. And I'm like waiting.
We have a lot of sexual frustration as horror fans.
Dude,
we really do.
Like, fuck.
Yeah.
You're like, just come on.
Yeah.
But no, I am really stoked for that. Like, I want a good chapter in the Texas franchise. I feel like, we got 3 and 4. And, Then we got the original remake, which I didn't hate. Then we had the beginning, which I kind of did. Yep. Then we had 3D, which was pretty solid.
Yeah, I thought so too.
That was actually the first direct sequel. Remember, that was the direct sequel to the first one.
Yes.
But then we got Leatherface. It's like the one that's a little bit worse than Halloween franchise, and the Halloween franchise has had some shitty movies.
Stinkers,
You know what I mean? It's kind of like it's like, but it's such a sadistic and dark.
Yes,
it needs to be done well. It needs a good sequel. So I'm hoping we get that with that.
Please,
yeah, seriously. My second was actually gonna be Scream.
Hell yes.
Because I didn't like what they went with 3, but I love 1. I fucking except for the ending. 2 is an awesome sequel.
I love 2. Yeah.
I don't like Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah, sure.
I think he was shit in that.
Yeah.
Like, he was really bad.
See, I like him in it, so.
Oh, it's terrible, dude. It's so bad. It's like they're like, oh, we'll take the cheese from the first film and we'll just make it worse.
See, you eye roll on Timothy Olyphant, right? I eye roll on the mom being in there.
Lori Metcalf.
So that's the one where I go.
The mom couldn't have done it without Timothy Olyphant. So like, she was really kind of like pointless at this point. She just had like kind of the brains. But did everything.
But it follows so much of the beats of the first one that you're willing to.
Oh, but when they walked in the sound booth, though, that was fucking rad.
Yeah, for sure.
That was a really rad. Yeah. Like, there's some really good scenes.
Yeah. And then they never made.
Killed Jamie Kennedy.
And then there was no 3. There was no 3, and then they had 4 because I'm not gonna ever acknowledge 3.
3.
We don't talk about 3.
Now apparently I need to go back and rewatch that, and we're actually going to do a franchise episode, and we can go in depth more on this. Apparently there was a lot of light brought to the misogyny in Hollywood in 3 that I might not have been looking for initially.
Yeah, that'll be a good.
So I'm going to do a rewatch before we do the episode and see if I really catch on that.
And I'm sad because I really like that it went into the whole Stab franchise too. You know what I mean? Because I love that they did that.
But I dug 4.
It was almost too much tongue in cheek.
Yeah.
That was. But we'll get into 3 when we do the full.
But I dug
series.
4. I thought 4 was a good leap forward. Really pushing it past. And what I really like with 5 is that they're using. The Ghostface is killing, his victims are related to the previous Ghostface killers.
Ooh.
So that's interesting.
That is interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, okay. All right.
I'm holding
and the whole cast is coming back.
Yeah.
So that's really fucking rad. They had the little photos leak of Matthew Lillard, and I'm like,
I'm holding out hope.
Oh, can we please get him back? That would be so good.
Seriously, like you're gonna discover that apparently his head was really, really strong and could see the impact of the TV on it.
Well, so the image apparently it shows him really scarred. He's basically Jigsaw.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. You're gonna have like TV screen in his head, embedded in his head. They told me I can't take this one piece out because it would kill me. Yeah,
there wasn't much up there.
Yeah,
he's fine.
But I was.
And you gotta have a plan.
The reason that made my number 2 is because I was surprised at how giddy I was when they started announcing a Scream sequel. I was like, I didn't expect to be this excited about this.
Genuinely giddy. Yeah.
But we've talked about this. This was like the resurgence of that Wes Craven gave us in the late '90s. Like Scream was huge.
It was huge.
Scream. Yeah. I honestly feel like Scream saved horror movies because up to that point, everything had gotten stale. You got Freddy's Dead, nobody fucking cared. You got all the last couple of Jason movies. I mean, you had a few rare hits here and there, but like horror just was
not mainstream,
dying. Yeah. And here comes Scream and just rejuvenated that.
And it totally did. I mean, I say I love 2, but I mean, the first one is kind of one that it holds a special place. It's not my favorite, but like I love the first Scream. I will always watch the first Scream.
Yeah.
No matter what. If it's on, I'm going to watch it.
I mean, and I brought this up when we did the Halloween franchise, but Halloween 6 came out like fall or around there of 95 and fucking did dog shit business and nobody cared. And that was almost like, all right, let's nail this in. And then here comes Scream 96 and just saved the fucking day.
We wouldn't have gotten a better sequel in H2O in 98 if it hadn't have been for Scream,
definitely.
Honestly.
You're 100% right, yeah.
So,
and there's certain movies in horror that are kind of milestones when you talk about them. You're like, are you talking about pre-Scream horror, post-Scream horror, pre-Saw, post-Saw? You know, like things that are really iconic. And
Scream is that. But you're right. With Saw, too. Yeah, Saw was the first Saw.
Yeah, the first Saw, right.
Was that film, though. You're right. You're 100%
and
right.
I'll bold statement. I'll say this. I think the Halloween 2018 is another resurgence of taking a property and not just throwing it out there because of its name, but actually an actual reboot, but doing it right.
Look what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing with Texas Chainsaw. They're doing a direct sequel to the first one.
Yeah.
Some 40 years later, you get an old man Leatherface. Like,
might not have happened without Halloween 2018. Probably wouldn't.
Yeah. And there's some other people. There's a couple other franchises.
I think that's why Candyman got a chance.
Candyman was one. They're talking about when they're done with Halloween Ends, the same team, David Gordon Green,
Exorcist.
Blumhouse, Danny McBride doing Exorcist, picking up as a direct sequel from the first one so many years later. I'm like, let's do this. More of this, please. Yeah. Like,
and that's why, the next one I was going to throw out there, hopefully comes out this next year, but Evil Dead Rises.
Yeah. Evil Dead Rise, directed by Lee Cronin, but produced by Raimi, Campbell, and Rephart, I believe.
But I feel like it's supposed to have the same kind of mentality of this trend of saying, okay, we're giving this kind of a reboot, but we're not going to piss off the OG fans.
Yeah.
And that's the fucking challenge, and that's the right formula.
Yep. I'm ready. I'm ready, and I agree with the sign off. It's like Ash needs to stop with just Ash. And we got that with the remake, and like the fact they went back to Ash versus Evil Dead. It's like I enjoy the fuck out of that 3 seasons, I really do. But also, it's like it wasn't needed. Yeah. Like if Evil Dead remake hadn't come out, that was a logical thing to happen. But after the remake, we realized like, oh, we can have this universe with different characters,
right?
And now I'm excited to see where they go with that. Yeah, I am 100%. And they're not gonna. Well, I don't know about Bruce, but I don't think Sam would produce a shitstorm either.
You would hope not, yeah.
Because Bruce Campbell did produce Black Friday, so.
Yeah. Which isn't a shit fest. It's just disappointing.
Yeah. And she hasn't seen it yet. And I told her I won't spoil. But make your own. But yeah.
So I feel like there's kind of a lot of vagueness around this movie, at least for me right now. Maybe y'all know more about it than I do, but I'm excited for Jordan Peele's Nope.
Wait, what's
that's
my
again? Number 4. I was like, no, it's still vague. It's still fucking vague.
I saw it. I don't know about y'all, but on Twitter, he just dropped a teaser poster. Or something.
That's it. That's like all we've got. That's all we've got.
It was like I'm
like, you bastard.
Yeah. Does he have a stipulation in his contract that all of his movies have to have a very
one word.
Short, sweet, like that's it? Like,
because get out.
Get out.
Us. Yeah. Nope.
Like, Jordan, we like to name this blah 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 and blah blah blah. And
there's got to be like a fourth wall where like something happens and then the characters are like, nope. Like
I'm just saying, literally, did they propose a different title? It's like, Jordan, would you like to call it this? And he goes, nope. And they go, well, what do you want to name it?
Nope.
Move on.
No, I am actually excited for that film. I have my things with Us. But I rewatched it recently, and after someone had kind of relayed something to me about the film about actually being an alternate dimension, I never got that from the film when I was watching it the first time, that it was an alternate dimension.
Oh, yeah.
Once that sunk in, I'm like, holy fuck, okay.
Yes.
Now I rewatched it, I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. Because I'm like, no, they're really like, living underground and like things just didn't make sense.
Like alternate universe.
Yeah,
it feels like there was like deleted scenes that movie that never came out that just kind of piece it a little to make it a little more fluid.
And I think it is very choppy.
Yeah.
And but I when I rewatched it going in with that in my head, I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it much more. I still don't like it as much as Get Out, but I do like the film a lot.
For me, I appreciate that you will go back and rewatch something with added information.
Yeah.
Like, I do that too as a fan. So
I don't want to miss these things because with how like hardcore Get Out was to me, I'm like, okay, this is what we're getting from Peele.
Yep.
So I know his films are going to have so many undertones and they're going to be so just rich. And for me to not give that level of creativity a second chance because I didn't pick up on it. That's just wrong. Yeah, I think that's just wrong.
He still has awesome scenes, even with the parts that are wrong.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, but you hear good vibrations, and it does. And now, it has a whole other kind of like feel to it after watching that movie. Just that eerie, like hearing that song cue in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Call the police.
Yeah.
Fuck the police.
No, but true. God, hell yeah. No, fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess the most of my other ones are just like, because that was literally, we just went like most, the only one I say I'm really actually stoked for, and it might just be me, is the Jeepers Creepers Reborn.
It's just you.
I'm a big fan of I will die on that sword.
I love it.
I love the first Jeepers Creepers. I hate 2 and 3. And I love that this new movie has nothing to do with pedo.
Yes.
Fuckface.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I will give it a chance because it has nothing to do with that asshole.
Like that son of a bitch, and the fact that they're just gonna it's already pretty much been greenlit for 3 movies.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, so it's pretty much it's the beginning of a trilogy. I mean, it might get canceled depending on if it does really bad.
Right.
But like bringing the creeper back,
which is a great character. I'll give.
That's why like the first one.
Yeah.
Like I went back and watched the first one during the Halloween season this year, and I'm like, no, this is a fucking good horror movie.
Yeah.
It really is. It's just a good suspenseful horror movie. I mean, it's one of the things I like Justin Long in.
Yeah,
that's fair. That's definitely
there's dodgeball, and then
Oh, there's his thing on Tales from the Crypt. I mean, not Tales from the Crypt. Creep Show that was good too. You didn't see the one where he created the alternate reality?
I saw it.
Dude, he infiltrated Horror Express. This is a horror classic with Chris Lee,
I
Peter
understand.
Cushing.
You could just
I will
watch.
fight you.
No,
sir.
I'm just saying you could watch Horror Express. You don't have to watch.
But I wouldn't see him trying to fuck the chick in Horror Express if I watched Horror Express.
No, it's just whatever.
But anyway,
we need to do a creep show episode.
We really do.
'Cause,
like God, that's a 2-parter.
That's 2-parter because there's ones that I'm like, dude, I thought that was really good, and you're like, eh.
Yeah.
And now we're experiencing where you're like, the one where he's in with Just Long. I'm like, yeah, fuck that one.
No, but see that would be a 2-parter episode. But I'm just excited to see what they do with it because the shit didn't come out with him until between 2 and 3,
right?
Or like actually more right before 3 came out.
Yes.
So that was a big gap between 2 and 3, and 2 is such a shit sequel.
Yep.
That like I feel like a lot of people that were actually into the franchise aren't like just tainted by the fact it was that dude. You know what I mean? Like
right.
I think there was a really good world built, and I'm excited to see somebody
cool.
like just take away from that.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, the only one I can really think of is, I guess, I think it comes out next year, Studio 666, or is that?
Is that supposed to be next year? I don't know.
That's the Dave Grohl one that I'm just kind of curious. It could be a shitstorm, but
wait. Take it back for just a second. Tell the people just a little summary. I haven't heard of this.
It's Dave Grohl,
like directing or making it or starring in it.
He's involved in it. So, but I mean, there's a trailer out for it. It's very chopped up.
Supposed to be.
I don't know yet. That's why I'm curious what exactly it is. So, and then the other one, Black Phone.
I knew.
Yeah.
I was giving that.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Seriously.
Honestly, probably.
I love him.
Last year I might not have been, but we decided to do a on the chopping block on Sinister, and I had a new appreciation for that movie.
The movie is fucking
crazy. It's a lot of the same people involved with that. So I definitely want to kind of check that out and see a Black Phone.
Fucking mask is fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, I know. That's
so creepy.
Yeah. Bagul.
But it could be
like
fucking terrible.
No, but I mean, in a Black Phone. The mask he's wearing in Black Phone. I mean, no, Bagul is a whole
also
other thing.
Yeah.
Yes. We don't see enough cosplay of that. It seems to be fairly simple, but I don't see a lot of cosplay of that at cons.
I'm like, people bring it. Yeah.
Like, I don't have long hair. But people that have long hair, please do that.
If I was cosplay, I would have like just the mask and then a bunch of bushes, like and just walk around like that.
Because he's always in the bushes.
Stand in the background.
He's always just in the background. Yeah.
Black Phone, creepy mask. Absolutely.
Black Phone.
What about that movie? The guy that did The Lighthouse, isn't he coming out with a new movie?
That's okay. Did you have something specific you wanted to?
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
sorry.
so I was going to go into that. The Northman.
Yes.
Robert Eggers, who did The Lighthouse and The Witch.
Yeah.
So he's basically doing a Viking Aryan fucking horror movie.
So it'll be a quiet score and very depressing.
And very cold.
Yeah.
My favorite.
Very, very cold.
Cold, depressing, and no music.
Oppressive, cold. Can we just
Yeah.
So we didn't bring we didn't bring it up on last week's Rare Exports, but that adds a huge element, like because it is its own character. Like we mentioned when we talked earlier in the episode about Candyman, about a city, like weather is an element.
Yes.
And for some reason with horror, cold and or just dreary, consistent gray, it shifts moods.
Yeah.
It's been known to shift people's mental health.
100%.
It's all there's so much scientific data around that. Like the environment of cold, for me personally, adds so much to
Same.
Because especially if it is evolved in something, like it's why The Shining does so well. It's like not only are you trapped in this hotel, your ass can't get out.
Yeah, you're trapped.
You're literally
you're
trapped.
Isolated.
Yeah. And if you were to get out, you're gonna fucking freeze
You're
to
gonna
death.
die. Yeah.
The Thing really harbors on that. We've talked about that in multiple episodes because they have to try a line to the potty because they can't fucking find the outhouse. So the fact that it's gonna be just that element, and then we get Eggers just doing what he does, making you feel fucking uncomfortable. And
I'm excited.
Dude, The Lighthouse was so unnerving. The Witch was, but you could tell that was definitely when you compare the two, it was his earlier film.
Yeah.
What he does in The Lighthouse, it just made me so much more like, it made me feel fucking like psychotic at times.
Yeah.
Which is what he's trying to do. Yeah.
No, exactly. It's what he was trying to do. And
he's
that's
like, success.
Yeah, I did it. Hey, thanks, guys. But it also is, people are worried that it's going to have like a True Blood feel because Alexander Skarsgård's in there. He's playing he's supposed to be playing the Northman. I'm like, what's this guy do? What the fuck is this guy going to have to do with True Blood?
Yeah.
He's like, what the?
No, he's Eric, and that's all he can be.
What the fuck? Shut up.
He's allowed to play other roles.
I love that you brought that up before me. I didn't know if that was one you were looking like excited about or.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it, so I'm glad you had it ready to go.
Because I love Eggers.
Yeah.
Like if I had to pick between the two big renaissance of horror people between Ari Aster and Robert Eggers, I would probably go with Eggers. Just because that's my style.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, let me fuck with you, brain, and make you uncomfortable. Where Ari Aster does do that.
I was going to say.
No, he does do that, but I don't know, man. There's something
it's
about...
two different styles is the best way I can put it.
Yeah, it really comes down to the style in which way they do it. I love Ari Aster stuff. I love Hereditary. I love Midsommar. I love those films.
I think his is more
solid.
of a mental, like, like putting you in the place of the character and how you would handle it.
Yeah.
And stuff like Lighthouse is just like the setting, like how the environment affects you, and both that and The Witch, where it's like isolation in the woods. Lighthouse,
the family,
like that.
They get isolated in the scent,
and both and the other one, it's just more of like how would you react? It's nothing to do with environment, but like shit getting fucked up.
Yeah,
agreed. So it's definitely two other elements that are being added into the horror world that most people really wouldn't base a movie around.
Yeah, which I also love. I do that a lot.
Yeah,
because if you look at visually, I mean, Lighthouse and fucking
Witch,
not Witch. I mean, what's the one that I'm trying to blank on? Not Hereditary, but the other movie, Midsommar. Look completely fucking different.
Yeah,
but both movies fuck with you in different ways.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Midsommar, you definitely are putting yourself in her shoes.
But it's this beautiful, sunny setting and everything.
But Ari Aster is putting you in her shoes and how she's basically being gaslighted by her boyfriend and her feelings. Just keep him in. Just go over, do your thing by yourself. He's not really being a partner.
Nope.
There's so much going on in Midsommar that I feel like a lot of people didn't catch in the first viewing.
Yeah. But it puts you in a safe place. That's the whole thing. No, that's what I'm saying.
The actual environment, like, even after seeing the people fall to their death, like you still feel like you're in a safe place. Where when you watch Eggers, when you watch Eggers, it's like, no, you're not in a safe place.
Yeah, Lighthouse.
You're in a very bad place.
From the beginning, you go, oh, this is already weird and creepy. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't build you up to feel like, oh, cozy, and now I'm gonna fuck with you. He says, you're getting fucked with from the start.
Yeah. So I've got just a couple more that I'm looking for next year. Does anybody else have anything else they were?
No, the only other thing I had written down was The Orphan.
I'm excited for that.
Are you?
I am curious about it. I'm curious, and that's about it. I
haven't watched it since it came out. So you're saying I might need to rewatch it because it's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while for me too, actually. I liked it the first time.
It's been a while since it came out, so I don't know. All right. I'm gonna give it another shot. But I was not when I saw that I was like, meh, because I just did not at the time. But again, as we mature.
Sure.
I
don't know if there's anything groundbreaking.
I think
I don't think it's
but I enjoyed it.
That movie,
it's one of the movies where I fucking liked
that movie was built on what a twist.
Exactly right.
Yeah, the movie was built on what a twist, but it has a couple of decent kills and kind of throws you off in different directions for the most part. I'm not really sure what the second one's gonna do because you already know everything.
We already know.
So it's one of those where I'm like, well, maybe it's gonna be good kills.
Yeah,
that sometimes is where we already know the cat's out of the bag. So here about
kills,
this, just show a bunch of good kills.
There's so many movies that have actually passed the chopping block because the kills were just fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think I'm just expecting it to be shitty.
Yeah,
and I'm like, okay with that. I'll check it out.
One that I did not know was coming out until within the last couple of weeks is that Blumhouse is apparently doing a remake of Firestarter.
No shit.
And
I didn't know that.
My love for Stephen King.
Yeah.
And actually, Zac Efron is slated to play the dad.
Oh my god!
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dude.
He's done some weird.
He's
done some really cool roles in the last
Bundy.
4 years. He was Bundy. But he's done some other stuff outside of his normal High School Musical bullshit.
Yeah.
The dude's a good actor.
Yes. And he doesn't take himself seriously.
The Greatest Showman. The fucking Greatest Showman. He was awesome.
Yeah.
Like because he was singing, but he also wasn't just a douche nozzle singing.
No.
He was actually like a real character.
Yep.
So no, I'm okay with him playing the father of Firestarter.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so I'm stoked for that. They're actually doing a remake on USA of Salem's Lot. So I'm debating on and USA has gotten bloody, so I'm maybe we'll get more than what we got. The fact they're doing it on a TV network and it's going to be a miniseries again gives me like hope to be like similar to the original because
that's beloved.
I love the original. Yeah, no, yeah. It's one of the first ones I got to watch because they, the violence is somewhat limited, but just more the suspense creep factor. So that was one of the first horror things I was able to watch was that.
You ask people what their like scariest scene they remember growing up. The first one they saw, it's that window scene of the guy.
Oh, God, yeah.
People reference that all the time.
Ugh.
Cool. I didn't know that.
And there's a what could potentially be a goofy one coming out called Dark Harvest, where there's this like entity that comes out of like the pumpkin patch named Sawtooth Jack that like terrorizes his town.
All right,
and I'm like,
I'm in.
This could be.
This could either
Say
be
no
something.
more, fam.
This could be. It was supposed to come out last year, and I'm like, I was like, oh, this is gonna be fucking fun, and
yeah. This could be on. We covered on this podcast or another one. Yeah,
exactly. So no, it sounds really fun, really fun. And last but not least, and I might be in my own fucking baddie box for this, but Wolf Creek 3.
Oh, hell yeah. I love Wolf Creek. They're making a third one?
They're making a third one.
Whoa.
I have actually not seen any of them.
Going to start filming at the beginning of the year. They're hoping to have it out by the back half.
Love me some Mick.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of those.
Two definitely. It was definitely more focused on the torture kill aspect.
Yes.
It was. I didn't hate it, but man, that fucking Wolf Creek. Woo. The first one was like I said, I don't hate 2. I rewatched 2. I enjoy it, which I can save more for some other sequels. I'm hoping with 3 we get like a good balance of like the suspense in the first one with the just gratuitous violence of the second one.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, cool.
Like because they had this series in between. I didn't watch it. I don't know if it's any good or not.
I remember I thought they had a series.
Yeah, I don't know if it's good or not, but like when I heard they're doing Wolf Creek 3, I'm like,
I will definitely be there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, let's do the isolation thing, but in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's like high tension.
I love high tension.
Fucking love high tension. No, it's just a lot of people I know don't really even care for Wolf Creek. I'm like,
oh my god, I love Wolf Creek. Everything's scarier in Australia.
No
Bugs,
shit.
Weird people in the outback.
Insects.
Yeah,
exactly. So no, I was really stoked when I heard they were doing that. There's a couple other things coming out, but like I think those are going to be like more as they come, word of mouth, randomly checking it out kind of stuff. Yeah. But there's a lot. We dropped a lot of stuff coming out in 2022. So
and honestly, some of the best stuff sometimes is stuff we don't expect.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
That's right.
A lot of the stuff.
There's some Hellraiser shit coming out.
But I'm just talking about like some of the stuff that pops up on Shudder. If you're a horror fan at this point and you don't have Shudder, because there's the stuff that we brought up. A lot of it's gonna be theatrical release. Shudder's that stuff that's under the radar. You might check out, and then all of a sudden you're like, "Holy fuck!"
Yeah,
like there's some good shit.
100% right. And like I said, there were like one of the other things that was coming out was Hellraiser, and I'm like not interested in that at all. They're trying to do some shit to it that I don't like. Look, Hellraiser one of those series, unless it's Doug Bradley, fuck off. I'm sorry, like he's been so solidified as Pinhead. Like it's really hard to do something with that.
They tried it once, and
yeah, it was horrible. And they're trying it again, and so. Maybe if it's on someone's house and I go over there and I am like forced to watch.
I just come into it.
I'm sorry, I've been burnt once and it was garbage. Like I don't
disagree.
Yeah. So, all right. So, if anybody has anything else that was missed on anything they're looking forward to next year,
if you're gonna have a New Year's resolution, make it to watch all these badass horror movies coming out. That's what That's what I'm resolving to do.
I like that shit. Hells yeah. So that does not mean we're done for the episode. There's always a little segment when it comes to these full lengths when we got the guests and shit. When we got the extra person besides here and Hunter and I fucking jerk each other off. But before we get to that, we got to talk about all the goodies that we got to bring you. So going into the new year, you still got Christmas money to spend. You got to go to GIPodcast.com, hit up our links tab, go to the Amazon.com link, click on the link. You log in and shop like normal with all those sweet, sweet gift cards your parents or whoever gave you.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody gave you money, please spend on Amazon.com.
Might as well just hit the link
through our link because we get a little kickback and we got to pay the credit debt of the shit we bought our kids. So, it does cost you nothing more. Just gives us a little kickback, and we greatly appreciate that. And next to the Amazon.com link on our links tab is our TeePublic link. And that's where all the merch is for all the shows under the network. Every show's got at least 2 to 3 designs.
So much stuff.
Plus, there's like half the designs are just fun, ridiculous episode related, just fun geek-centric designs that you can get on so much stuff. I mean, magnets and stickers are the go-to. Buttons.
Besides, everybody goes t-shirts, but you get on anything. Like if you roll out a design, get a fucking banner.
Yeah.
Bam.
I don't want to limit you to t-shirts and think, oh, you got to buy the t-shirt. Like, no, I mean, just get.
Even the fucking sweatshirts, it's you're going into January. I mean, shit.
No shit, right? Like I've got like 4
Stay warm.
hoodies.
Stay warm.
So what is stay thirsty, my friends, or stay warm, my friends?
Stay warm, my friends. It's gonna be a long winter.
So we greatly appreciate you buying through either of those 2 links. And as while you're on GeoPodcast.com, check out all the other shows under the network. We got a different flavor for everybody. No show is the same. So make sure you just take a peek and see if there's another show you're interested in. We greatly appreciate your listen. And now that that's done, it is time for
Stump the Host.
All right. You know, it has been a while.
I was thinking, when's the last time we did one of these?
The last Stump the Host was the Halloween franchise episode at the end of October.
God damn.
Snap.
Yeah, we didn't do one in November.
We're at the end of December,
We didn't do one in November, dude.
Holy shit.
November was so full of shit. Yeah, we didn't get to do one. You're up by 2, remember? I won last one, so you're back to being up by 2.
That's right. So, you want to talk shit or anything?
No.
We're so cautious now.
Because he was not aware. I'm just making this statement because he is not aware where we were. I was just letting him know, per my notes.
We learned
he's up 2.
Sometimes we start talking shit, that person loses when they. So we're
I got you. So you're
very cautious.
You don't jinx it.
To you, good sir. Yes, we are very cautious with this.
Yeah, yes, that's where we're at.
Superstitions.
To you, good sir.
Well, it's been tried and true.
Yeah,
it's been tried and true.
So anybody can do it.
So, Candy, you get to decide who goes first.
All right. Let's go with Lowdown. You can go first. And y'all, I think I've got some softballs for you tonight. So
I like it.
We need softballs every once in a while.
Yeah, and if you're listening at home,
it's been a while since we did.
Yeah, we might be really slow on these. We haven't had any trivia in a minute.
All right. So first question, Lowdown, and I guarantee you're gonna get this right. What 90s heartthrob stars in the Chucky TV series?
Oh, Devin Sawa.
Indeed.
Oh, nice.
I love Devin Sawa.
Just brought him up because he's in Black Friday.
He's more heartthrob now. That motherfucker is jacked, bro.
He is. Yes,
he is a sexy middle-aged dude. I'm sorry, I gotta give it to him. He is thick as fuck.
Honestly,
I'm like,
the first movie I saw him in recently was that crazy John Travolta stalker movie.
Oh yeah, with Fred Durst.
Yeah, directed
The Fanatic.
The Fanatic. Yeah, and I had no idea at first that was him until I was going through. I'm watching it and doing the IMDb credits. I'm like, oh shit, that's the dude from fucking Final Destination.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like when I first, you go back and watch SLC Punk or Idle Hands. He's the skinny like stoner dude. Now he's like fucking like holy shit, bro. When I saw he was gonna be in Chucky, I was like,
yeah,
damn, dude.
Twice. He's in it twice. Yeah,
he's twins.
All right.
Twins.
All right, got that one. That's all right, Hunter. I got one for you too. Who we were just talking about it. Who directed the 2021 Candyman movie?
Oh fuck, who directed it? God damn it, I'm drawing a blank on her name. I can tell you who produced it. Yeah, I'm fucked. Go ahead.
Nia DaCosta.
That's right.
God damn it.
She's a badass bitch.
That's right.
Yeah,
she is.
Pod right my
I watched a lot of interviews with her. She's like, no, she brought a lot. People think Jordan Peele brought a lot to that film. Like, she actually is the one that fronted a lot of those ideas. Like, I got to give it to her, man. She's badass.
Respect on the name. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see. Because Lowdown, this might be one that
you might steal this from me.
You up. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
If you think about it, you can get it. All right. So, how many movies are in the Saw franchise, including Spiral, which was another one that came out in 2021?
I'm gonna go with 11.
Final answer. 9.
Oh, I could have stolen that one.
All right.
Oh yeah. You didn't get a chance to steal it.
Yeah, I was counting them because.
Yeah. That would have.
Yeah, that would help me out.
All right, so
no, you're good. You're
one apiece wrong. All right, Hunter. What horror film led to the creation of the MPAA PG-13 rating?
Which horror film?
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, because I thought it was not a horror film. I mean,
that was one of them, but this one contributed as well.
I would say Poltergeist, because it would be Temple of Doom and Poltergeist, I think, came out around the same time. But
do I get to steal it?
Oh, it's y'all's
shit. See, I don't count that as a horror movie, and you're gonna say it's gonna be.
I don't think we're thinking the same thing. I'm thinking of a direct horror movie. So we want.
I would
say
didn't
get the steal.
Gremlins.
You want to give him?
Yeah,
Gremlins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I hear you, loose horror.
But I was just like, is that a horror movie? Okay.
2-1.
Yeah.
2-1.
All right.
I gave you that because you got.
Because for a minute there, I was pausing. I was like,
him getting a second chance, it justifies the not getting the steal.
Yeah, got you.
That balances that.
Okay.
That balances
I'm glad
that.
someone's keeping score.
Yeah.
I can even tell you the first PG-13 movie that came out theatrically, Red Dawn.
Oh.
That's a hardcore movie too.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the first PG-13 movie. Because it's not all
Kids
the way
killing,
Yeah, a lot of kids get shot up, but you don't see them. You just see them fall down. So
yeah. Fair. All right.
All right. What is the highest grossing film adaptation of a Stephen King book?
I would say Chapter 1.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. Highest grossing horror movie, actually, also.
Yeah. There was one that was almost there, but it didn't make it, and it was recent too. I forgot. It was something that came out this year. I thought it was like on the running. I thought Halloween Kills was like.
Was it Halloween?
I think Halloween Kills was on the run, and they thought, and then just because.
I think it was 2018 Halloween.
Was it 2018?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're right.
Okay. But yeah.
All right.
3-1, baby.
Oh, shit.
So we were talking about Scream earlier in the episode. What question does Drew Barrymore's character Casey get wrong when she's on the phone with Ghostface?
Dude, come on. Come on, dude.
Who was the killer in the first Friday the 13th?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
who was the killer in Friday the 13th.
Or the,
okay.
No, he doesn't say first. He
It's
said
true.
who was the killer in Friday the 13th.
Okay. All right.
That's what he says.
But it's
No, I know it's the same
thing.
thing. I'm just
I thought
this
he,
is between me and you, bitch.
I'll have to rewatch it because I thought he made a differential.
You still got it right. He said who was the killer in Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Not part 2, not part 3, not part 4. He said, see, that's where they fucked with her, man.
Right. Okay.
That's where they fucked with her. That's why it was such a good question because it fucked with people that are just generic horror watchers, you know. But no, you
Oh
I'm
man.
going to count because I liked the impression.
no,
Right.
you know what I'm saying. You totally got it right. I just wanted to fuck with Hunter.
We are now
3-2, so that means we are. There was
Getting
no need
very
for
close.
a tiebreaker.
If
I was
I
going
was-
to say, is there no need for a tiebreaker?
So if you get this one, then it's done, right?
No, I'm at 3-2, and that was 6 questions.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
God damn
You
it.
lost.
That one fucking question.
You lost.
Ah.
Yeah. Hey man,
Congrats.
I literally mentioned her name when I was talking about
You
the new
did.
Candyman.
Yep.
That's true.
I
That's
did.
True.
I did.
That's
So,
true.
but
Active
yeah.
listening.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That saved me on another one too, where I caught it
Yeah.
in when we were talking about something, and
My brain just went Jordan Peele.
So he was
Yeah.
up 2, and now you're, or were you
now
up by
he's
2?
up 1.
Now you're
Yeah,
up 1.
I just
All
won.
right. Yeah.
So I'm going to New Year and less of a
Competition's
loss. It's
heating
cool.
up.
That's what's up. I like
Yeah.
it. So all right.
Yeah, you want to talk some shit?
I'm
or-
not talking.
Oh
shit.
God damn it!
He wants me to.
He's trying
he
to
wants
curse
me to.
you.
Man,
He
you
wants
just-
me to.
you
I'm
just
going
won.
to be the humble.
You just
the
won
humble winner.
another one. You're closer.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to say about it? Or?
No,
God damn it!
no, I don't know.
We just talk so much shit. Now it's just good show. Good show. Yes.
Thank you for putting up with us, Katie. We greatly
Absolutely.
appreciate our
Love hanging out with
childish
y'all.
antic bullshit. But thank you for bringing. And like, I wouldn't say they were like all of them were softballs. There were some good ones
All
there.
right. I'm glad I could throw you with some heavy hitters.
Yeah, there were some good ones there. I at least I think so. So thanks for being on as well. Always.
Yeah, right on. Always appreciate
Fucking
hanging out
fire.
with you guys. Check out Nerdcropolis on Instagram. DM me. Let's talk horror. I love chatting with nerds. So yeah, happy to kick off the new year with you guys.
Fucking A.
Yep.
And all right, guys. Till we talk to you again in the new year. Embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.
I the Hobbit here.
Lowdown Brown.
Inviting you to check out Geeks Under the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
And a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
This is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch Nights, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can
go the fuck home.
Hey guys, Scotty Big Daddy Preston here, that's right, the Geek Father, asking you to join me here every other week with friends and family of the GUI Network as we go through all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent. So remember, join us or cry.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world ravaged by movie studios that keep rehashing the same things, only one podcaster has the guts to make it even worse. Join Mike the Hobbit as he traverses the internet to bring you some of the best and worst ideas for reboots, remakes, and reimaginings of some of your favorite and least favorite TV and film properties. Ideas like a John Waters He-Man movie, Fantastic Four the musical, and Aliens, done entirely with marionettes. What podcast would bring this evil upon the world? This is Smack My Pitch Up. Available anywhere you get your podcasts.